Welcome to Torah Gems, Sekula in Hebrew, meaning a treasured possession. You know that's what the Bible calls you in Malachi, a treasured possession. Now, today I want to start off with a very famous passage in the scripture, and this is taken from Matthew 8, verse 21 to 22, and it goes like this. Lord, let me go bury my father. How many of you have not heard that before? And I want to read it for you, and I quote, Then another of his disciples said to him, Lord, let me go and bury my father. But Jesus said to him, Follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. Why would this disciple make such a request? What is the context of let the dead bury the dead? You know, for years, I didn't understand the meaning of this passage. And it took me some time to get to the bottom of it because I had to read a lot of the translations and the original texts in order to find out what is the actual meaning of these sayings. The man that Yeshua was talking to was a Talmudim of his, and he was amongst a crowd of people. The master used an opportunity to teach a lesson about putting the kingdom first. Yeshua was telling him that the cares of this world were more important to him than the kingdom of Elohim. And Yeshua said to him, which was the better choice? And what the wrong choice meant. In order to really understand the context of the term, let the dead bury the dead, we must go back to first century Israel and look at this saying from the culture of Israel. You know, we often forget that everything in the Bible that we read comes from that generation, from that time frame. But we try to understand it in our time, with our understanding of how these things should be read. But the truth is, they do not mean what we traditionally understand it to be. These people spoke Aramaic, a sister language of the Hebrew language that is still spoken in parts of the Middle East today. This whole paragraph is an Aramaic expression still used in the Middle East today, meaning, let me take care of my father until he is dead. That's amazing. Let me read it again. Let me take care of my father until he is dead. That lifts the translation to another level. The literal meaning of this expression in modern English gives the false idea that this man's father was dead and that Yeshua was not interested in his father's burial, when it was the opposite. You know, this whole passage paints the Messiah as someone who did not care, you know, that he was like inhuman, when it is complete opposite. This is how it should have been translated. And I want to read. And one of his disciples said to him, Give me leave until my father's days be over. But Yeshua answered him, Come after me and leave the dead to bury their dead. A few Hebrew-based translations have made the correction. The man was saying to Yeshua, Let me take care of my father until he dies. Then I will come and be your disciple for good. That makes sense. Yeshua was telling him not to worry about his father who is alive and well. The man was not dead at all, but because the translation that we read today says it like that, in that way, this is where the confusion came in. I tell you, if the man's father had indeed died, then according to Hebrew custom, he was to go to his father and mourn him 7 days, what is called sitting Shiva. You know, when somebody dies in a Jewish family, according to the tradition, they must sit Shiva for 7 days, and there are procedures involved in doing this. Now, Yeshua would never have denied this man from doing this. But here in this passage, it seems like he was denied from doing this, which is not true at all. Yeshua would never have denied him this family right, not even for the kingdom of Elohim. He was lovingly reminding this disciple, put ye first the kingdom of Elohim. When you know the truth, brother, and the truth shall set you free. Baruch Hashem Yehovah.